Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Little Bobby, and today we're going to be talking about how you can get a ton of money really quickly in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Before we get started, I would like to just ask you to hit that subscribe button and like the video, and make sure you comment down below. Let me know how much money you were able to make and how quickly you were able to do it after watching this guide. Alright, before we get started, I do want to make sure that you know this is a guide that will work for anyone of any level, but it is best if you are in the post game and you have relatively high level Pokemon. That's going to ensure that you get the most amount of money. And you do generally want to be as high of a rank as possible. If you're rank 7 or 8, you're really going to see some great monetary gains from this method. So let's get into it. So this method is basically going to revolve around going on like a patrol is what I like to think of it as. What you're going to do is pick an area, any area in the game that you want to kind of farm your money in. And you're just going to start out by grabbing a bunch of Pokeballs and making sure that you have some space in your bag. Now, I do recommend jet balls because those you can throw from far away. You can do back hits easier, and back strikes are going to be a thing that will get you more money. So you want to be grabbing as many Pokemon via back strike as possible. You also want to make sure that you're just catching as many Pokemon as possible. Doesn't matter what Pokemon, and that you're catching as many alpha Pokemon as possible. So make sure you're doing that when you're going out to farm your money, because every Pokemon you catch is going to add to the total that you get from the professor at the end, and we'll see a little bit about that later on. Now, after you've gone out for a little while, you've caught your Pokemon, what's going to happen is you're going to see a space-time distortion rift open up. And once one of those rifts opens up, you want to head there immediately. Now, if you head there, you're going to probably have to wait just a couple minutes, and then the space-time distortion rift will actually open. And once it's open, you're going to see a lot of stuff on the ground and a lot of really high-level Pokemon that you're going to want to catch here as well. So the stuff on the ground mostly is going to be red, blue, and green shards. You want to pick up every one of those shards every time one of these space-time rifts opens. If you pick them up, we're going to save them all for later. We want to get a stack of as many as possible. You may also find some Stardust, and you may also find evolution items as well as star pieces or comet shards. And those are going to be the big money makers, especially comet shards. Those are worth 15,000 Pokédollars each. But don't worry, because star pieces are a little more common than those. Those are worth 5,000 each, and we're going to find out a way to get even more of those after we're done with a couple of space-time rifts. So we're going to pick up everything in the space-time distortion. We're going to catch as many Pokemon as we can, including rare Pokemon, because if you don't have it yet, it's always great to get it. Or if you need to catch multiples of rare Pokemon, such as the starters, they can appear in these rifts. But after we're done with the rift and catching as many Pokemon as we can, what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the camp and have the professor total up all of our Pokemon catches. Now, I caught 44 Pokemon, I believe, in this video, and I got around 33,000 Pokédollars just from the Pokemon I caught, right? Notice how I did catch some alpha Pokemon. I caught a fair amount of Pokemon with back strikes. All of those kind of add up to your multiplier of money that you get at the end of an excursion. So once you go and have the professor rate your Pokemon, what you can do after that is either continue your excursion and go catch more Pokemon, or you can go back to Jubilife. Now, remember Jubilife? You do want to make sure that you head back there at some point, because those shards that we caught, the red, green, and blue shards that we picked up off the ground, we're going to want to turn those into star pieces. And what's going to happen is if we go over here to the crafting guy, he will sell a recipe. I won't have it in my thing because I bought it a while ago, but he will sell a recipe for $10,000 that will let you craft star pieces. Again, those star pieces are worth $5,000 each. So if you got one Stardust and 3 of each shard, you can make a star piece, and that star piece is going to make you $5,000 as opposed to $1,000 from just the Stardust, or a few $100s from each of the shards. So it's definitely worth it to make them. So now that you have that recipe, you've crafted your star pieces, and maybe you have another couple star pieces or comet shards, you can go to any vendor and sell all of this stuff, and you should get a good chunk of money. Sometimes I'll get up to 65, 70,000 in one haul from just 1 or 2 space-time rifts. So this can be a very lucrative thing. You see, on this one excursion, I basically came out with $100,000. So all you have to do is make sure you're high enough level in your Pokemon rank. You're basically at the end game. You run around, do an excursion, catch as many Pokemon in as many ways as possible, catch alpha Pokemon, catch them with back strikes, catch them unaware, things like that. And then make sure you have, say, 40 to 50. You're going to get a good chunk of change. Plus, by the time you've caught that many, you're likely to have hit 1 or 2 space-time distortion rifts where you can pick up all of those lovely shards, star pieces, comet shards, and things like that. Now, we've saved the best for last because this is a huge moneymaker for very, very little trouble. And all you have to do for this last part, guys, is keep your eyes open because do you remember the Misfortune Sisters from the story? Well, those sisters will show up for random battles in the overworld as you're exploring. And if you happen to stumble on one of them and beat their Pokemon, which are not that hard to beat, especially once you're in the end game, they're going to drop 4 nuggets every time you beat them. At least in my experience, I beat them in random battles a couple of times, and each time they have dropped 4 nuggets each, and each nugget is worth $10,000. So basically, if you find one of them out in the wild, challenge them to a fight. All you got to do is walk up to them. You're going to get 40,000 Pokedollars just for that. So you should be able to really quickly rack up a lot of money. At this point, what you do with the money is up to you. You can use it to buy crafting materials. That's what I do. I take it out to buy more Pokeballs, more Pokeball parts. I use a lot of Jet Balls and Ultra Balls because I'm hunting shinies and I just want it to be quick and easy. And so sometimes I'll drop 100,000 or 150,000 just on the parts to craft those Pokeballs at the crafting guy. Really easy, and make sure I always have a bunch in my inventory. So that's it. That's the way for you to get a ton of money in Pokemon Legends Arceus really, really quickly. Again, you can do this at any level and it'll give you a relatively solid amount of money. But once you get to level 7, 8, 9, 10, that's when you're really going to see the big bucks rolling in. So make sure that you're doing this throughout your journey, and you should never have any problems affording anything that you need, especially considering that each time you need to farm mints, it's $10,000. So guys, thank you so much for watching today. If this video helped you out, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a like, and let me know in the comments down below how this method worked for you. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm Little Bobby, and I hope to see you soon.